Welcome, Hudson Valley. This is Conor Walsh, host of In Touch, Townsquare Media, the Hudson Valley's award-winning public affairs and issues program. This week we have Talya Regan, Director of Sales and Marketing of the Kartrite Resort and Indoor Water Park. The Kartrite, New York's largest indoor water park, is here for more than just tourism. Talya and I talk about the long history of hospitality in the Sullivan Catskills and how the Kartrite partners with other local organizations to better enhance the lifestyle and enjoyment of the Hudson Valley. We invite you to join us and listen to a previously recorded conversation between Talya and myself here on In Touch. Hello, Hudson Valley. You're listening to another episode of In Touch, Townsquare Media, the Hudson Valley's award-winning public affairs and issues program, and we got a great episode for you guys today. One thing that is so cool about this episode, when you think of water parks, you think of the summer. You think of the hot sun. You think of enjoying that. And trust me, don't get me wrong. That is the perfect time to enjoy it. But did you know that you can enjoy that kind of luxury any time of year here in the Hudson Valley? Not just is it a great place to go to enjoy a water park during any point of the year, there are so many awesome things about it. So if you've heard about the water park but haven't heard about some of the other programs they have, buckle up, because this is going to be a great episode for you. With us today, I have Talya Regan, Director of Sales and Marketing of the Kartrite Resort and Indoor Water Park. Talya, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Doing all right. So for those who may never have heard of the Kartrite, could you give us just a little bit of an overview on it for people who are uninitiated?
Of course. So it's Kartrite Resort and Indoor Water Park. We're located in Monticello, New York, right in Sullivan County. So not too far, right in your backyard. We opened in 2019 in April, right actually spring break week. Perfect week to start. Yep. And we have a full resort, 324 all-suite rooms, 7 different bars and eateries, New York's largest indoor water park, full days of activities, hiking trails, arcade, everything you could possibly imagine. And we're a nice little, hidden gem in Sullivan County. And of course, as with most resorts and attractions, we had to close due to COVID. But we reopened in July of 2021, and time is flying, and we are bigger and better than ever. And we continue to open new attractions and amenities and things like that. So it's a really great place to kind of have, I like to say it's a staycation for, people within the Hudson Valley, because it's close enough that, you don't have to be in the car for too long, but it's far enough that you still feel like you're getting a little bit of a getaway.
Absolutely. And it's great. I think from where we are here at the studio, it's about an hour roughly.
Yeah, about an hour 10.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Not at all.
You can easily enjoy that, even if you're just trying to save a little extra money and stay at home, but you can still take advantage of everything there.
Yes, we have day passes as well, so you don't always have to just stay overnight.
And that is such a big thing to think about, because when you hear resorts like, I got to stay over, I got to throw in all this, it's like, no, you can take advantage of it as a local and then just go home afterwards. But trust me, there are plenty of perks of staying over. And it's like, I know I've seen pictures of the rooms. They look fantastic. I want to go.
100%. They're so modern and fresh. Some of those indoor water parks in the Poconos and around, they've been around forever. And they're great. Everyone loves them, but they've been around forever and they feel that way. So we're very fresh, very modern. So that's a fun, cool vibe.
Absolutely. And one thing that you mentioned about how those places have been around forever, Kartrite, as you said, opened 2019. However, the Sullivan County and Catskills area has been a hospitality hub for decades.
100%. Decades.
And it is but it's kind of seen a dissipation, but a resurgence all at the same time. I've always looked at that area as a very big, affluent area, great to do stuff. But we were talking before we got on the mics, for decades it was this hub of hospitality, had so many different resorts, many, many more than what are there now. Yeah. But then that kind of faded out as it was easier to travel, you could do it with less money. But now we're kind of building that back up. So could you go into some of what you've seen with the Catskill-Sullivan County area and what you're trying to do for that section of the Hudson Valley?
Yeah, so the Catskills used to be known as the Borscht Belt, which was everyone, especially for the summers, everyone would flood up from the city and from Brooklyn and all over, and everyone would spend their summers up in the Sullivan Catskills, and there was thousands of resorts. It's hard to comprehend thousands of resorts in such a small area, but thousands of resorts. Some of the great comedians and singers would come up and perform at the Concord and the Pines and all these different other great resorts that are unfortunately no longer. Jerry Seinfeld has performed up here quite a bit. But, back in the day, the greats. To your point, it died down quite a bit in the 80s and I think early 90s. A lot of the resorts closed. People were able to fly more when they couldn't really do that in the past. The hospitality industry overall really kind of just took a dive, specifically in the Catskills. And I want to say in the last decade, it definitely, especially since we got gaming and Resorts World opened, the Sullivan Catskills in particular are really working hard on the renaissance and the resurgence of the area, and specifically bringing hospitality back and making it a destination where people want to come and visit and spend time and walk around and explore little towns and really get to, take advantage of what's in their state. You don't always have to go far. And I think that starts with resorts. We need more hotel rooms and things like that. And we've had really great luck with some great hotels, Airbnbs, bed and breakfasts, boutique hotels, things like that opening. But you definitely need some of those large scale resorts as well. So between the Kartrite Resort and Resorts World, we're on the same campus. Between all of us, we have over 700 hotel rooms just within a 1 mile radius, which is great.
Yeah.
It also helps quite a bit because we do lots of groups and events and conferences and things like that. So to have that many hotel rooms to be able to sustain hosting groups and events like that is great. And that's really where the Borscht Belt kind of stemmed from, which was welcoming up all these different conferences and conventions and things like that. So we're really trying to be a part of that resurgence and bring people back to the area and bring the Catskills back.
Now, would you say that in a post-COVID world, more people are looking to get away and take advantage of these things, where we're kind of in a very, as a culture, especially here in the States, we have a nostalgia culture going on where people want to kind of harken back to the simpler times, the easier times, what they remember from their childhood, but also in a post-COVID world where it's like, hey, we want to get out and do these things. Do you see that as a selling point and a good thing for you guys, or has the pandemic actually been more impactful on a negative side? What's that look like?
It's definitely on the positive, and for a few reasons. Interestingly enough, when COVID hit, everyone came up to the Catskills. Everyone was rushing to get out of the city and get out of that, people jammed in 1 square mile and get into the fresh air. So property sold, Airbnbs were filling up. So it actually helped the area quite a bit. But I think, that play on both that kind of old school way of living, but also wanting to get out and about. That's what's so great about the Sullivan Catskills is that it's really the perfect juxtaposition of both.
Yeah.
You have those small towns, you have the Sunday morning farmers markets, and you have the harvest festivals at Bethel Woods, and just the little towns you can explore. You have that, and you have that nostalgia of those things. But then you also have places like the Kartrite, where you can go down a giant water slide, you can do the flow rider and surf on a fake wave, you can go rock climbing and do ropes course. So that's really what makes us so unique and so special and so great, is that you get to do both. You get to have the best of both worlds right at your fingertips.
That's awesome. And of course, one thing, since you guys are the largest water park, indoor water park here in New York, I gotta ask, tell us about some of these water slides, some of these water rides, things that you have there. What are some of those main attractions?
Yeah, so we have 11 different attractions within the water park. I think our most popular is definitely the flow rider. So that's what I mentioned before. Mm-hmm. It's a surf simulator.
Oh.
So a perfect place to learn how to surf, or you could kind of board on your knees, kind of whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. We also actually, interestingly enough, offer flow rider private sessions. So when the park closes, you could book a private session and get a private one-on-one kind of training on how to surf and how to use the flow rider, which is really cool. We have a lot of cool opportunities like that where you can book kind of different additional things. So that's definitely unique. We have our not so lazy river, which it's really usually one of everyone's favorites because it's you're in the water, you get to participate, but you also get to relax a little bit. And I say not so lazy because it's not super slow, but it's the perfect speed. And you get to kind of lay back and relax. We have the largest Teflon roof in the country, and it brings in the sun. So even though you're inside, you still have to wear your sunscreen. You could still get burnt. So it's amazing to be lying on that lazy river, looking up. You can still see the clouds, and it's really enjoyable. And then we have some amazing slides. Our Nor'easter is definitely our most popular slide. It could be 2 or 4 person, and you completely drop off, and then you go all the way up on the other side, and then you fall all the way down. I know it's hard to describe that by saying it. There's a lot of really fun slides, and there's really something for everybody. We have puddle ducks for the little kids. The Nor'easter that I just mentioned is something perfect for the teenagers or the adults. We have an indoor-outdoor whirlpool, so it's a hot tub that is just like a giant pool, but it also goes outside, and you could be sitting in there with the snow falling on you. It's magical. So there's a little bit of everything. And then within the water park as well, we have bar mezz, so you could relax and have a frozen cocktail and let the kids run around, and you can kind of stand up on the mezzanine and watch them and not have to even move if you don't want to. So it really is the perfect destination for the parents and the kids. And even if you don't have kids, I mean, we've had bachelorette parties, we've had, just getaways for friends, and it's a really cool place for everybody.
That's awesome. I was kind of slipping away into daydreaming territory as you're saying all that. I was like, I
really
have an
painted
interview
a picture.
to do. Yeah, I have an interview to do. I can't go and waste away again in Margaritaville there and everything because
Perfect
I
way
easily
to put
could.
it, though.
Oh my God, I would have so much fun. Now, one thing about the Kartrite that is especially great is the safety measures that you guys have, not just when it comes to the fun, but it's really important when you guys take things seriously, because with as many programs as you have, so many people running around, so many gears and whistles constantly going, you got to make sure that you have the right people taking care of all of that. You have to make sure that you have the right eyes looking over everybody. And you guys have been recognized for that time and time again. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so that is something that we really pride ourselves on, is we have an amazing team of lifeguards. It's something that if you read our reviews or if you speak to someone who's experienced the water park, it's something that people actually call out and they notice. They'll glance at a lifeguard and see how diligent they are walking back and forth, that their eyes are moving. And we have really processes for everything. And they're such a great team. They, to your point, have won countless international safety awards.
International, wow.
International. We are actually ranked in the top 10% of water parks worldwide in terms of safety.
Oh my God.
Which is a big deal, especially, when you're bringing your kids out, especially the little ones, you get a little nervous, especially if you want to take some time and you want to enjoy, sit in that cabana, have a drink. You get to, let your kids run and have fun and enjoy all the attractions and not have to worry because you trust our team. And we have an amazing team and they do a fantastic job and they're recognized for that worldwide.
That is really impressive. Holy cow.
Yeah.
So that's just the water park section of it, but you have eyes everywhere with some of these other places as well, with the laser tag and the rope courses, hiking. I'm sure that you have people along those lines. What is that training and what is that discipline looking like?
Yeah, so all of our team members are trained diligently in whatever their respective area is. So ropes course, rock climbing, everyone has a really crucial multi-day training for everything. We have security, EMTs on 24 hours a day. You're safe at the Kartrite in more ways than one. For us, our job is to make sure that you get to enjoy yourself and have fun and not have to worry about anything. So we take that worry out of the equation for you.
No, that's fantastic. And that is so cool that this is something that we have here in the Hudson Valley.
We are so lucky. It's in our
really
backyard.
are.
And I think not enough people take advantage of it. I think, to your point, I think people think, oh, it's where you go to stay in a hotel and you need, it's a real vacation and people this close shouldn't go. It's for everybody. 100% you should go. It's just that much easier for you. And we always have really great room rates and promotions available. So even if you are thinking about just going for the day, always take a look at our rates online, because sometimes it makes sense to book a room and you get the best of it and get 2 days out of it.
Yeah.
So why not stay overnight and get to enjoy the water park both days?
Absolutely. And definitely want to touch more about the promotions that you have in a second. Again, you're listening to In Touch, Townsquare Media, the Hudson Valley's award-winning public affairs and issues program. We're speaking with Talya Regan, Director of Sales and Marketing of the Kartrite Resort and Indoor Water Park. It is here in the Hudson Valley, in our backyard in the Sullivan Catskills, and it is such a phenomenal place. It's great for the whole family. It's great for adults. It's great for kids. There's a little something for everybody, and it is great. You don't have to stay over and make a whole night thing out of it. You can just go for a day. That is so cool. And people can get discouraged sometimes with that. It's like, oh, that's a lot. I don't want. No, you can go and then head back home and you can do that. But also at the same time, you can enjoy something like that. Let's say you are local. Like you mentioned Bethel Woods. Mm-hmm. I love Bethel Woods. I go there so many times throughout the summer. So what if I wanted to tack on going to the water park or one of the things that you're doing there, or just make it a bigger trip, enjoy a concert that I'm seeing one weekend, but also go to the water park. And you know what? I really don't want to drive back. I'll stay a night. That just sounds so nice.
Exactly. Or do it backwards, which is you check in, you get ready, you go to the concert, you stay overnight, you wake up and go enjoy the water park. I mean, it's really the best of both worlds. And again, we have all of these amazing places right at our fingertips, and we should be utilizing them all together.
Yeah. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars to have a wonderful vacation. You don't have to travel thousands of miles to have a wonderful vacation. I'm all about like weekend trips myself. And this sounds like a wonderful, perfect weekend trip, whether it's with your buddies, whether it's with your family, anything along those lines. I think that is great. So we have President's Weekend coming up, and you have a number of promotions going on for that. Spring break is also around the horizon. You have a number of things going on along those lines. This is a great time of year to start looking at these kinds of things. So what do people around the area or people traveling into the area have to look forward to with these time periods coming up?
Yeah, so it's President's Week in particular, considering it's right here.
Yeah.
We have so many great things going on. So great room promotions. We have currently up to 30% off, and you also get a $25 arcade card. So you get to kind of start with some money on a card in the arcade, which we have this amazing Playopolis arcade, which has a ropes course and rock climbing and laser tag and virtual reality and bowling is literally everything, an escape cube. So that's a lot of fun. But in addition to that, we also have a full daily activity schedule, which for President's Week is going to be going from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. So we'll have activities all day long. Some are complimentary, some do have a fee, but there's always something going on. We'll have arcade games throughout the week that will be there all day long, so you can kind of go and come as you please. We'll have food trucks. We have all of our 7 different bars and eateries open. So there's so much fun to be had. And again, President's Week, I know a lot of schools have the whole week off. Like, what are you going to do with your kids? Oh my gosh, 5 days in a row. Really 9 days in a row with the weekends.
Yeah.
Keeping your kids busy. This is how you keep them busy. And again, you stay overnight, you go for 2 days. And it's so much fun. You have access to the water park the day of check-in and the day of checkout for the entire day. So we're making it easy for you. Come President's Week, we have all these
simple,
right? And with these great room promotions, we're making it even easier for you. And then spring break is really the same. We have, when we have these busy weeks, we make sure we jam pack it with different fun events, paint and sips, and things like that. So that's coming up before you know it too. We got to get through President's Week, and then we get to Easter and spring break and Passover. And again, we're always looking for places to go, and we're always here waiting for you at the Kartrite.
And that's so cool. And I think that's so great. We were talking before we got on the mic how, a lot of families take advantage of this time. But I just want to shout out to all the college kids out there.
Yeah.
It's like, if you need a place to go, it's like, if instead of going to Florida or going to the Caribbean and spending so much cash and have nothing left after that point, it's like, you can have that whole resort feel, but stay close. You could just go back to your dorm real easily, or you could stay a couple of nights.
Yeah.
But you don't have to travel back too crazy. It's so simple. It's right here. Duchess, Marist, Culinary, all the ones that are right near us, of course, Vassar and Sullivan. What's the big colleges out there in Sullivan County?
SUNY Sullivan.
SUNY Sullivan, naturally.
I think OC.
Yeah.
OC is around too. So there's,
Yep.
I mean,
Orange County, yeah.
Perfect place. And it's 84 degrees every day at the Kartrite.
Oh.
So you don't have to get on a plane and go to the Caribbean, to your point. 84 degrees every day, guaranteed.
Oh, that's nice.
No worry about rain.
I'm a summer person. Actually, Alex on WRRV, we talk all the time of like how this time of year, this is not her. As soon as it gets under like 70, she gets grumpy. She turns into the Grinch. And I'm with her on that. So I think she will definitely want to go. We'll never get her back, actually, after that point.
We'll keep her.
We'll just do the broadcast from over there. That would be awesome, actually. Can we?
Yeah.
Jonah, let's make
Always
this a
welcome.
thing. No, but that's fantastic. You can do it for all ages, of course, but you have some very specific student programs and promotions and offerings that you guys do. So what kind of things do you have for the students to take advantage of then?
Yeah, so students are important to us, but also the Hudson Valley overall. So we do have local discounts for Hudson Valley residents.
Oh,
we have student discounts, teacher discounts, first responders. But we also have some really great programs that we do throughout the year. So one of my favorites is the Straight A's program. Straight A's ride waves. And at the end of the school year every year, we give you a month time frame that you get to submit your report card. And if you got the honor roll or straight A's, you submit it and you get a free splash pass. And you get to enjoy the water park for the day. And it's our thank you to you for paying attention to your studies and being a good student and hopefully doing well in the world for the future. And we want you to come enjoy the Kartrite. So we have that going on. We launch that every June, which is really cool. We always do something for World Kindness Week. We also do a lot of things with local not-for-profits. So for the holidays, we did Photos with Santa, and all of the proceeds went to our local St. Jude's Radiothon. So it went straight. It makes sense. It's for the kids, and it's for the kids.
Yeah.
We are always so happy to support local organizations and our community and our kids. Yeah, we love doing stuff like that. We also take donation requests for if you have a not-for-profit doing a fundraiser or something like that and would look for a donation of splash passes for a raffle or things like that. We always are happy to do that as well. There's a form on the website you can go to submit that request. We're so much more than just a resort. I mean, we are a community member, and we want to be that place for our Hudson Valley residents.
No, that's terrific. And somebody who was on the honor roll pretty much all through school, where were you when I was around?
You could try to submit it, and we might not look at the dates if you still have one of those lying around. But
I don't know. It's probably got discoloration from how old it is at this point. So we
blame it on
don't
the
need
scanner.
that. Oh, yeah. Oh, the scanner just got it wrong. That's exactly what it was. But no, that's so cool, and that's awesome to be able to reward the student population in this area, but also the different discounts that you offer as well. If somebody is wondering, is like, oh, that was a good number of discounts that she just named off. Maybe they have one for me and what I do. What's the best way for people to be able to look at what kind of discounts you guys offer?
Yeah, we keep it all condensed in one place for you. So visit thekartrite.com and click on specials, and all of our different promotions, events, discounts, everything is there, nice and easy for you.
Nice. That's awesome.
Part of something on that page you'll see as well, and this is really perfect for President's Week as well, if you're looking to fill the time, is come spend a day at the water park and then spend a day on the slopes. So we have a slopes and slides program where we work with Holiday Mountain, which is a really great ski hill just 5 minutes away. And you could be riding a wave one day, and you could be on the slopes the next, which when do you have that opportunity? I mean, to be able to do both. And again, Phil's 2 days, that's really the perfect opportunity to stay overnight, either 1 or 2 nights and do both. So for President's Week, it's perfect.
I might do the reverse if I were to do it. I'd probably hit the slopes first and then warm up.
Agreed.
I think that's how I would do it. Because knowing me, I love hitting the slopes. I'm terrible at it.
Agreed.
So I'll be like probably not just cold, but bumps and bruises. I'll need to just relax afterwards.
Go for an après ski after at the bar and have a pina colada. It's perfect.
Oh my God. Seriously, I am just daydreaming this whole time. I got to stay with it. All right, here we go. Again, you're listening to another episode of In Touch, Townsquare Media, the Hudson Valley's award-winning public affairs and issues program, speaking with Talya Regan. They are more than just a water park. There are so many wonderful things. And as you said, you're a community member. You guys are partnering up with so many awesome organizations in the area, helping out with donations, helping out with local events and charities, making sure that people around the area can take advantage of this. This is not just for tourists. This is for people here in the Hudson Valley. And we just got to keep promoting that over and over again. And honestly, you'll probably see me there every other day now because I am like mesmerized. But we talked about the website a little bit, talking about the discounts and things along those lines. But for people who are looking for more information or want to follow along to see latest promotions, where should people go online when it comes to websites and social media?
Yeah, so we have an Instagram account, Facebook, and TikTok. Our TikTok is lots of fun. Thekartrite.com has everything you could possibly need. That's where you could book your reservation, find all of our dining menus. We also have like a play-by-play of every single attraction in the water park, everything we have in the arcade, room tours of every single type of room. So everything is at your fingertips at thekartrite.com. Check it all out.
That's amazing. That sounds so great. With the hospitality hub renaissance going on, with you guys taking advantage of this area and making sure that the Hudson Valley has something so unique and so amazing as this, do you have any last little nugget for those listening who are looking to find ways to, spice up just the day-to-day or, take advantage of what's here in the Hudson Valley? What would be your last little nugget to leave the In Touch audience with?
Just the fact that, you could utilize the Kartrite Resort without even stepping into the water park. There is so much on property that we want our local neighbors to take advantage of. You can come and just have dinner in one of our restaurants. You want to, keep the kids busy for just an hour. You don't want to get them in their bathing suits. you can come in and use the arcade and the ropes course and all of those fun attractions and not have to have a splash pass and utilize the water park. We also, as I mentioned, have events and conferences and things like that. We host people's Sweet 16s and bar mitzvahs and meetings and different conferences and things like that. So, as much as we are New York's biggest indoor water park, we are also so much more than that.
Yeah.
So there's really no person that we can't appeal to in some way. We have something for everyone, especially now that the Monster Golf Course opened at Resorts World. We work with Resorts World on that. Your family, your friends, your kids can be enjoying the water park, and you can be, I don't know the golf lingo, but you can be playing golf.
You can tee off.
You can tee off, yes. And it's literally a quarter mile down the road. So again, there is something for everyone, even if you don't want to take put that bathing suit on and take a step in the water park. So I urge people to come and check us out and give us a chance and see, the great opportunity that's right in our backyard. I think for so long people complained we have nothing here, we have nothing to do and nowhere to go and nowhere to eat. We're working really hard, not just us, but everyone in the Hudson Valley, but with Kartrite specifically, we're working so hard at making that not be the case anymore. But you got to take a step out your front door, and you have to be part of more opportunities in our area. So check us out, check out your other local community members, and take advantage of what's here.
That's terrific. And I can't stress enough how much I love hearing you talk about the other resorts and the other organizations in the area. It's like, oh, we work with them, or we have this promotion with them, we have this partnership. I love hearing that, because that's less of rivalry and competing, but rather it's like, oh yeah, we work off of each other, and if we do well, everybody does well.
Exactly.
They do well, we do well, it all comes together.
Because at the end of the day, if we get people out of the city and into the Catskills, and they come once and they have an amazing time, they're going to come again.
Yeah.
And, the likelihood of them wanting to try something else out the next time they come, a different place to stay, a different restaurant to go to, is pretty high. So, if one wins, we all win.
That's awesome. So I'm glad that we can end on that note, because I think that's just something that we need in general. Having that partnership, having that unison, really.
Agreed.
And that's awesome. So let's unite and let's go down those water slides.
Yes.
I'll see you guys there very soon. Talya, thank you so much for being here on In Touch.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. This has been this week's edition of In Touch, the award-winning public affairs and issues program that runs across Townsquare Media, the Hudson Valley radio stations. We want to give a big thank you to Talya Regan. For more information on the Kartrite Resort, visit thekartrite.com. Of course, all links and information can be found in the description of this episode. Whether you've been listening for a while or you just joined us, thank you. You can find In Touch episodes new and old on your favorite streaming services like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and more. That and listen on demand with your Townsquare radio station mobile app. Of course, you can still find all articles and audio under the In Touch tab on this radio station's app and website. And don't forget, we're also on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at InTouch_HV. If you like what we do here on In Touch and want to be on the show, let us know. Whether you have a topic you want to discuss or you want to be a guest, you can fill out the In Touch submission form, which can be found in the description of this episode. I've been your host, Conor Walsh. Until next time, stay curious, keep an open mind, and as always, I'm glad we get to spend some time.